Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Muted Vocal coming live to you from a hotel bathroom in Manchester. I'm just preparing myself to go out for the night here in this little cozy bathroom. I'm close to Salford Central Station tonight, quite a good spot. So again, tonight I'm going to be working on my moustache, my beard. So just to get that kind of prepped for the night out. So, as you've probably noticed, I've sheared my hair off. Why? Well, I'm looking to engineer it this time to go backwards. I have quite thick hair. It's quite difficult to push backwards, so I'm starting from scratch. Also, it's quite a load off, as you can probably tell. So, I'm going to start with the, once again, the urban beard that I purchased in Edmonton in Canada. And I'm going to use some of this stuff as well, the mustache wax, and see if I can do something a little bit different with the mustache wax this time. Let's do it. So again, first thing to do is to just get about, with this little thing here, take about 3 trips and a little bit before you rub it into the palms of your hand. Cover the hands like so, so it's shiny on your hands, and then start to manipulate the beard to make sure it goes in. So start with just the ends and then I rub through and brush it out a little bit. Don't want to miss anything. Right underneath. Make sure that every bit of your hand is used. It's employed, should I say, when rubbing the oil into your beard and moustache. Because again, we're trying to prevent dry skin beneath the beard, so let's be thorough with our application. Much easier to see what's going on since I sheared off the long hair, and the beard is now the focal point. So what am I doing in Manchester tonight? Well, I'm off for a few drinks with friends. Craft beers, ales, that sort of thing. Gonna wander around the northern quarter, possibly grab a bite to eat, see where we end up. Of course, it's important to make sure that the beard is in the best possible shape it can be for such a night out. I don't want to get any mess in it, because drinking lager and the like ends up in your moustache, and with cups of frothy coffee, that sort of thing. So by maintaining it, keeping it off the lip as much as possible, I can avoid such eventualities. So that's about it. With the beard oil. So I'm just going to grab a wet wipe, which again is a great way to get this stuff off your hands quickly and efficiently. Just like so. Quite a good spot here, near a church. I can see just outside the window, you probably saw the footage earlier. And it's a beautiful day, it's been crystal clear, not a cloud in the sky, and for October the 2nd, when we should be deep into autumn, it's quite good weather. It's quite warm too. So, hands cleansed, we should move on to the comb, just to comb it through. I want to lift the moustache up, go underneath, because I'm going to mess with that in a minute. Come here. Brush all that down this side of the moustache as well. Okay. I have to recommend it, of course, if you're growing a beard for the first time, to remember that when showering, you should shampoo and condition your beard to keep it in the tip-top condition. So just comb all that down, a little bit on the moustache, but I'm going to give the moustache a little more attention with the wax in a minute. So trying to just to shape it basically at the moment, make sure it's equally distributed. Moustache wax. So if you watched my previous video, link on the screen now, you've seen me working with this stuff before. Oh, hello. Take that off. And again, so you work it into the tips of your fingers. It's quite difficult to get at first because it's quite firm. You get it into your fingers, and you rub it in. And do the same for both index fingers. Get a decent amount, and when I say decent, I mean kind of that much. Can you see that? And again, you just work it in. Work it into with your thumb and index finger. Just work it in till it's warmed up a little bit, makes it more pliable. Then you start to work that into your mustache. So that's what we can do to start with the ends. And tonight, I'm not going for a big twirly thing. I'm going to kind of encourage the moustache to kind of hang down like that over the rest of my beard. Kind of like that. That's a poor example, but we will get there. So keep working here. Again, this stuff is incredibly dense, incredibly thick. So you don't need a great deal of it, and you can see it starts to pull the hairs out and everything. So have your wipe on hand just to kind of thin it out a little bit. So again, as I said, I want to kind of twist it towards my chin. It gets that kind of that pointy aspect going on there, which is what I'm after. Same here. And bring it down so that we have pointiness. Can you see the pointiness? I hope so, because I can barely see the pointiness. I'm about 600 meters away from the mirror, but it's all good. Again, the key to take the moustache off the top lip if you're going to be eating. If you're not going to be eating, then you're just thinking about the drinking. And if you're just thinking about the drinking, then maybe it doesn't matter quite as much, because once you've downed a couple of beers, you probably forget about the state of your moustache. But right now we have the time and opportunity to make sure we don't need to worry about whether or not we forget about it. So it's all pointy down here, like so. Let's work on the symmetry. And that is effectively it. Do you know what that is? So we've removed the moustache from the rest of the face, and the beard is separate again. So, excuse me, so I can actually see in the mirror. Wonderful. So, sometimes it's nice to have the moustache defined, and you can see I could quickly start to encourage it to go upwards like that, but that's not the look I'm going for this evening. No. Subtlety is what we want. This hotel room is supposedly soundproof, by the way, so hopefully there isn't a great deal of noise coming in off the road. Okay, so beard done. So again, just take the little wet wipe and wipe off those fingers. So that just leaves me with the little tedious task of trying to apply some matte urban wax. It's made by Fudge, I believe, to this hair. It's pretty short at the moment, my hair, so it's probably not going to accept this stuff, but I'm going to put it on there anyway because it's important that I start to force it backwards while it's still short. Ooh, excuse me, I'm getting the remnants of wet wipe all over my fingers. I'm just going to wipe them off with that. Okie dokie. And so we go. So we crack this stuff up. And it smells absolutely fantastic, by the way. Matte wax, Urban Fudge, 8 on the hold scale. So a little bit of that. And just rub that into the tops of my fingers there. And kind of work that in just to kind of start forcing this hair back. I don't know if it's working. Perhaps it is working a little bit, but my hair really doesn't like going backwards. It always wants to fight against it. So I've got to use some pretty severe force. Okay, and we'll see. I sheared it at a number 3, actually. I wanted to shear it at a number 5, but the guard was damaged. So that's kind of what we're ending up with tonight. I don't know if that's worked, but I'll probably mess with that a little bit more after I turn off the camera, because this wasn't a hairstyling video, this was a beard video, wasn't it? So the beard is there. I'll just pan that down into shape. The hair is doing what it's supposed to do, and is being forced backwards against its will. And I'm more or less ready to go out, find somewhere to eat. So I would say thank you for joining me again, ladies and gentlemen. I hope whatever you're doing or did on this wonderful sunny evening, October the 2nd, was fun. And I will speak to you again very soon. Thanks for joining me.